Power, once unleashed, does not pause to learn who you are, what you believe, who you love, or who is waiting for you to come home. Renee's death is part of that history, and our grief carries the weight of all those who came before her. This did not begin with ICE. The police state has deep roots, slave patrols, lynch mobs, Jim Crow lawmen, but ICE is new. A force built in fear, expanded through cruelty, and deliberately unleashed by the Trump administration with unbound power and little accountability. This was not enforcement. This was not protection. This was an individual armed by the state, emboldened by rhetoric that treats human beings as threats, operating inside a system that rewards aggression and calls it order. Trump has turned the machinery of government towards mass deportation and public terror. Neighborhoods stops based on appearances, parking lots turned into traps. We have seen this before after the Civil War when black people claimed citizenship. When they voted, governed, imagined freedom, white supremacy answered with violence. James Hine, George Ashburn, Alexander Boyd, Andrew Goodman, Michael Schwimmer, Viola Lizu, and countless unnamed black lives. Whiteness offers conditional protection. Silence offers temporary safety. Neither stops a system built on fear. Renee Good's death shakes those who believe that a normal life could shield them. Faith, motherhood, obedience. None protect you when a system is built on cruelty. When you speak truth to power, power does not ask who you are, and bravery is not the absence of fear. It is acting while afraid. So tonight, we grieve Renee. We say her name. We remember her gentleness. We hold space for the child who will grow up missing her voice, her presence, her love. And tomorrow, we fight. We turn sorrow into strength, anger into resolve, fear into solidarity. We reject the lie that cruelty is power. We reject the lie that silence keeps us safe. We reject the lie that this is inevitable. This is not a single tragedy. This is the latest chapter in a long story of radicalized power. And we are here to say the story does not end with Renee's death. Not in fear, not in silence, not alone. Love is stronger than hate. People are stronger together. And Renee Good's life, her care, her humanity, her love will not be erased.
Love is stronger than hate. Love is stronger than hate. Love is stronger than hate.
Indeed. I would like to welcome Seema Badar, the board member from MCC East Bay, to share a few words with us.
Good evening. We're gathered here tonight to remember Renee, a human being whose life was taken in an act of violence that should never have happened. Renee is more than a headline. Renee was a person, someone with a life, someone with relationships, with a future that was stolen. And tonight we honor Renee, not just with our grief, but with our voices. As Congressman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez said in response to this tragedy, this is a nightmare. This is what we've been warning about for a very long time. She reminded us of a painful truth that when Congress chose to expand ICE's budget without expanding accountability, it created an agency that answers to almost no one. ICE today has less accountability than virtually any law enforcement agency in this country, yet it is among the most heavily funded. When an agency operates with impunity, violence becomes inevitable. And that is what we witnessed in the killing of Renee Good. This is not just an issue of immigrant rights. This is an issue of human rights. This is what happens when a system is allowed to operate without transparency, without oversight, and without any regard for human life. Tonight we say clearly, all people deserve to be treated with dignity, with justice, with respect, regardless of where they are born or where they come from to this country. Human rights do not stop at borders. Justice is not conditional. Humanity is not something that must be earned. We are here in California, but this violence affects us all. Because when one agency is allowed to act without accountability, every community becomes vulnerable. Fear spreads, trust erodes, and lives are lost. So tonight, we commit to action. First, we demand accountability. We demand a full independent investigation into Renee Good's killing and prosecution to the fullest extent of the law. No one, no badge, no agency is above justice.
Justice!
Second, we support immigrant-led organizations, especially here in our home in California, through providing legal defense, rapid response, and protection for families living under constant threat. Third, we take action at home. We will pressure California leaders to fully enforce and strengthen laws that prevent local cooperation with ICE. No state or local cooperation with ICE should ever be used in ways that lead to violence, trauma.
No ICE.
No ICE. Let Renee Good's life and death be a call to conscience, a call for transparency, a call to rein in an agency that has operated for too long without accountability. As we hold these candles, hold them up high, to remember Renee, to honor humanity, and to fight for justice for immigrants, for our neighbors, and for all people. May Renee Good's memory be a blessing. Let's take a moment of silence for her. And with that, I say her name. Renee Good. Say her name. Renee Good. Say her name. Renee Good. No justice.
No justice.
No justice.
No justice.
No justice.
No peace.
Immigrant lives matter. Immigrant lives
Matter.
Immigrant lives
Matter.
What do we want?
Justice.
Justice. When do we want it?
Now.
When ICE kills, what do we do? Stand up, fight back. When ICE kills, what do we do?
Stand up, fight
When
back.
ICE kills, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
Thank you.
Oh, justice.
Thank you so much.
Melt ice.
All right, while we're feeling those chants, let's do one more. No hate, no fear. ICE is not welcome here. No hate, no fear. ICE is not welcome here. No hate, no fear. ICE is not welcome here. No hate, no fear. ICE is not welcome here. Get the hell out.
Abolish ICE!
Demolish ICE.
Melt ice.
Obliterate ICE!
Melt ice.
I like my ICE.
So, a lot of you know that ICE is not just in other homes, in other spaces, in other states. ICE is in our backyard. And I'm sure that some of you have heard that we're trying to kick ICE out of Dublin. And here is Dan Morley.
Thank you, everyone. I'm Dan Morley with Indivisible Tri-Valley, and want to remind all of you that we're successful when we collaborate with others. Due to the efforts of many of you present here today, we are working with a coalition of faith groups, legal rights groups, human rights groups, to try to prevent the closed FBI Dublin prison from being used as an immigration detention center. We were successful with the city of Dublin, and last month they issued a resolution opposing the reopening of that site as an immigration detention center. We thank many of you present here tonight for raising your voices and making that happen. We have power when we work together and we lift our voices. I want to acknowledge Councilmember Pasha Qadri from Dublin, who is here among us tonight. Thank you, Councilmember. At the same time as that resolution was passed, though, Dublin issued a letter that they received from the Bureau of Prisons stating that the Bureau of Prisons is at this time transferring that property over to the GSA for a proposed action, which this normally is a precursor to the fact that the site will be transferred over to another agency. So this was a notice that we're in a new phase of this opposition. Presently, an environmental assessment is being performed, and there will be a comment period. That public comment will be made available for 30 days. I want all of us today to issue your public comment and raise your voices against this proposed action. We do not want ICE in our community. So please stay in communication with us as to how you can make your voices heard to prevent this action. When all of us raise our voices, we can be heard. And to those of you who are Pleasanton residents, what we can do in Pleasanton is raise our opposition against a contract they have with Flock Safety. This Flock Safety has cameras that assist in like red light detection and crime prevention, and it makes those sorts of activities beneficial to the city. But Flock Safety as a corporation shares information with ICE. Even though they make assurances to the city that the city has control over this data, that is not true. That the corporate entity, Flock Safety, is not to be trusted. So Pleasanton entered a contract with Flock Safety last year. We want them to cancel this contract. Other municipalities have done so. Evanston, Illinois being one very similar to Pleasanton. So Pleasanton residents, I urge you to voice your opposition to the existing contract with Flock Safety and let the city council members know that you're opposed to this. To cancel Flock, cancel the contract with Flock. Excellent. Thank you. Raise everyone who has a contract with Flock, whether it's Pleasanton, whether it's Livermore, make your voices known. And these are calls to action that we all can do.
These are strange times, and they are very hard days. And every way you contribute makes a difference. Stay strong. Don't give up. Don't back down. Fight the fight. Come together. Create community. Be in unison. Share your grief. Hold each other up when you are feeling down. Look for somebody who can carry you through those moments, because we need you in this fight. There are so many ways to participate. Every time you resist, it makes a difference. It matters. You make a difference. Let's save America. It's ours, not theirs. I want to let you know that on the back of the blue page, there is a script you can use to call your senators to let them know your outrage about the murder of Renee Good. I also have, there's some white papers on the table over there. It has the same script on it, but on the bottom is a a GoFundMe link if you would like to contribute to their family. But I would also like to say that this is not the only death. This is not our only loss. There are other ways that you can contribute. I don't have GoFundMe pages for other people who have been affected, but please take a moment to look those up so that we can make the difference in the lives of all who have been affected by this terrible regime. Our last speaker is Pastor Jennifer Murdoch. She is with Linwood United Methodist Church in Pleasanton. Wow, thank you all so much for being here. Take a moment and just look around. I had a lot of things prepared to say, and they have ably been spoken by everyone who's already spoken today. So I'm just going to speak from my heart. I woke up this morning feeling so despairing and not knowing what to do. And I thought, all right, I only know one thing to do, and I'm going to email Indivisible and see what I can do. And there was already an email to me asking me to come to this vigil tonight. So first I want to say thank you so much for your work. In moments like this, sometimes words fail us and we simply need to come together in community and express our feelings and be together and know that we are not alone. So my feelings, anger, deep despair and sadness, and sense of being overwhelmed. And when I feel like that, I turn to community, I turn to nature, and I'm a pastor, so I turn to the words of Scripture, and this morning I read from Psalm 34, which says, God is close to the brokenhearted, those whose spirits are overwhelmed. When I saw the video of what happened to Renee Good, I fell to my knees and began to sob in tears. And I thought about the times in my life that I have reacted that way, particularly to national events, and there have only been 3 that I can think of. The first was Sandy Hook, and the second was George Floyd, and the third was Renee. I think our feelings are our moral compass. And if you were feeling complete despair and outrage, take a deep breath and let it sink in. It's important to feel those things. I want to give us space to just call out what we're feeling. We've called out some of the things that we know we need. We need justice. We need accountability. We need a lot. But what are we feeling tonight? Rage, sadness, helplessness. It could be any of us. Despair, fear, outrage, horror, disgust, shame. Yes, a feeling that we need to be vigilant all the time. Yes. Using intimidation and tactics of violence and threats of violence to intimidate and silence. Yes. Name calling and demonizing and lying. wonder we are feeling overwhelmed. But we don't need to feel hopeless, because we're good. There is hope. There is hope right here. We lament because things are terribly, terribly wrong. And we continue to act together. And we must keep ICE out of our community. We must. No one is safe. No one is safe. But together, we can do something better. I want to read just one line from Bishop Lynette Lambert, who is the United Methodist bishop serving in the Minnesota area. And she wrote a pastoral letter to her community today. And she ended it with this: in this fragile space between tragedy and truth. I think that's where we are, a fragile space. May we be a people who lament honestly, seek justice humbly, and refuse the lie that violence has the last word. We are here because we refuse the lie that violence has the last word. This is not who we choose to be. So let us be people of hope and compassion and justice. Seek it together. Express your anger through intentional actions to choose a better world. And knowing all of the feelings that we just heard, be kind and patient with one another in the days ahead. We need it. And we need one another for the fight that is ahead. Yes, let's just say her name one more time. Renee Good. This light is her life. This light is the life of every vulnerable person in this community and all over our country. This light is the hope that we carry with us.
Thank you so much, Pastor Jennifer. When I was a teenager, I was a caretaker for a Holocaust survivor, and I spent many afternoons with her. And the one thing she never spoke about was the Holocaust. But the one time she did say something to me, she said, the thing that surprised me the most is that we were alone. My neighbors did nothing. My friends did nothing. My schoolmates did nothing. That's not how this is going down. We're doing something. You see something, you say something. ICE comes to your town, carry a whistle, follow them, bring your camera. Make sure you stay safe, but report it. Do what you feel safe doing. We will not let them tear down our country. I am going to turn the microphone over to Michelle, who would like to speak to you about some ways that you can contribute and get involved through Indivisible Tri-Valley. So let's give her a few moments. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'd love you to look around at all the good people who are surrounding you tonight. Notice the yellow vests. Yellow vests indicate peacekeepers who have all been trained in Mahatma Gandhi's peacekeeping environment and laws. We follow that, and we can't do it alone. Every single person here has been behaving in a peaceful, loving manner, and I'd like you to give yourselves a big round of applause. Indivisible Tri-Valley is an organization of a lot of gray hair. but we're getting some young people on too. Lots of us have been doing this since the 1960s, the 1990s. We are continuing on to say this is not right. Please listen to us. We would love you to join us. You can go to indivisibletrivalley.org and get to our website. You will be able to sign up for Wednesdays, meeting in the McDonald's parking lot at Santa Rita Road, and hiking up to the overpass and putting signs up while the traffic is at a standstill. You can join us on Saturday mornings by the Safeway in Dublin. There are 4 corners there. Bring any sign you'd like, as long as a child of preschool age can look at it and say to their mom, "What does that say?" And we also have our monthly meeting this month. It's going to be at Corky's Pizza Palace in Pleasanton. And you can sign up for any and all of these events on indivisibletrivalley.org. We do this together. Not one of us does this alone. But last night, Julie sent out a text. We were all feeling it. But she said it out loud, and she made today happen. So thank you, Julie.
And thank you to the Livermore team for always supporting my crazy vision. I'd like to ask Art to come back up in a song to close us out. But I would also like to offer this space to you to join together in community. Stay as long as you need. Get to know each other. Get to know what everybody else is doing. Get to make a new friend. Build a new bridge. And thank each and every one of you for coming out tonight. This makes a huge impact. We do have the news here today. This will be seen, and it will make a difference in this fight. Every time we come together and somebody reports on it, the other side knows we're not sitting down and taking it without without acting. So thank you again for being here. A community member who would like to amplify some information.
Like somebody was saying, today was a day filled with despair, and I just want to share a few more names who are killed in ICE custody since the past 6 months. I didn't get my reading glasses, but I have to read it without them. These are the names of those who died in ICE custody in 2025. January Ruiz Burian from Honduras. Seravit Gezagen Dejin from Ethiopia. Maxime Cherniak, Ukrainian. Juan Alexis Filio Martinez of Dominican Republic. Brian Garzon Rayo from Colombia. Noah Ngok Gwen. Marie Ange Blaze, a 44-year-old citizen of Haiti. Abelardo Avellaneda Delgado of Mexico. Jesus Medina Vea of Mexico. Johnny Noviello. Sidro Perez of Cuba. Tian Huan Fan, Chao Feng Ji, who is 32 years old from China, Lorenzo Antonio Batres Vargas, Oscar Riscon Duarte, Santos Benegas Reyes of Honduras, Ismael Ayala Uribe, Nerlan Guzman Fuentes of El Salvador, 32, Miguel Angel Garcia Medina, 31 of Mexico, and there's more, Wabin Shi of China, Leo Cruz Silva of Mexico, Hassan Ali Mo Desalé, 67 years old, Josue Castillo Viana, 25 years old, Gabriel Garcia Aviles, 64 from Mexico, Kai Yin Wong of China, 67, Francisco Gaspar Andres, 48 of Guatemala, Pete Sumalo Montejo, Nenko Tana Gancher of Bulgaria, Delvin Francisco Rodriguez of Nicaragua, Jean Wilson Hughes of Haiti, Shiraz Fateh Ali Satwani of Pakistan. So if you can all observe a moment's silence for all these people too. Thank you.
May their names not be forgotten. May their lives not be in vain.
No more!
No more. Is there anyone else in the community that would like to come up and say something?
My name is Marilee Morris, and I had a dear friend whose name was Yolanda, and she sat with me at the senior center at lunch every single day. Yolanda has disappeared. I never even knew her last name, but Yolanda has either been taken by ICE or she's in hiding. So I wanted to speak her name, Yolanda. And I just wanted to say really quickly, I marched in the war moratorium in 1969. I was 16 years old at that time. And I'm looking around at the faces around me right now, and the overwhelming majority of you are my age or older. What I want to know is, where are the young people? Tell your friends. We need more of you. We need more of you. We need you to call to action, because we need young people who are willing to stand up and fight. Stand up.
Thank you. I would just like to say that young people are in the action, and they're doing it their way, and they're showing up not in IRL, but online. So, yes, and this young person, Jean would like to say something about that.
I'll actually tell you why there's not a lot of young people. Okay, there's culture, and culture now a lot of young people. But even though I came out from Vigil, a lot of young people are actually disgusted that half of the people voted for Trump. Okay, so I want you right now, you want to send a message to Congress. You want to send a message to Congress. You don't have to be Democrat. Okay, you could be, just register as independent. Okay? And that's, a lot of young people were at George Floyd. I didn't see a lot of people. Okay, so there's, I was in Vietnam. Guess what? Where were you? Okay? And he was in the Midwest too. Okay? He was in Minneapolis too. Okay? So, we're playing the blame game. Okay, let's take responsibility. I'm here. Okay? So if you really want young people, the Republicans in the room need to go independent, because we are disgusted at you. Okay? We are disgusted at you.
I would like to just acknowledge Jean's frustration and say that,
We are here to be united, not to be divided, and let's hold each other up and not tear each other down, and let's welcome everybody to this community. We need voices wherever they come from, whether it's in person, whether it's online, whether it's people who are making phone calls. We're all doing our best to fight this fight.
Hello, everybody. The person has not yet been passed as a assault. I'll take that one back. He has been put by being ripped apart from his family. That person is Mr. Lopez. He's a Livermore resident. And a town that I've lived in for 40 years. And I met his family. And they seemed like wonderful people because I met them at the Fort Hearing to bring him back. So let's unite to bring Mr. Lopez back to his family and get him home safe in Livermore. And let's keep ice out of Pleasanton, Livermore, Dublin, San Ramon. Keep us
Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Dylan Williams. I'm 19 years old and I'm a student studying public service and policy. I'd first and foremost like to thank everyone for being here tonight. I think everybody should be thanking each other. This is an event of unification between our community members. I don't wish there to be a division between youth or anybody here tonight. We are all here together. I would also like to add that ICE has become a domestic terrorist organization against our people. We must be here all together and fight them. We are stronger together, and the more numbers that we can gain for every single protest event, anything is important. And I hope to see everyone here in future events with Indivisible and whatnot. I will say, I have not attended any events from Indivisible, but from here, I will be at every single one to the best of my ability. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Dylan. Is there anybody else that would like to come and speak? Come on up.
Good evening. I'm a letter writer. I'd like to read a short poem. It's called First They Came by Pastor Martin Mueller. First they came for the communists, and I did not speak out because I was not a communist. Then they came for the socialists, and I did not speak out because I was not a socialist. Then they came for the trade unionists, and I did not speak out because I was not a trade unionist. And then they came for the Jews, and I didn't speak out because I was not a Jew. Then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak out for me.
Thank you. First they came for the, no, we're standing up for the, all right. Who else do we have?
Hello, I'm Jim, and I was one of the... Oh, there's one here.
Turn off my light.
Well, I'm going to say that, I have an older sister who also lives in Pleasanton, and her and her brother-in-law and their whole family, they're all Trump supporters. And, well, I feel a lot of tension about that, and I often feel like, confronting them and, like, getting into a big ugly fight and marching out of the house, which I have not done, because as long as I keep that relationship alive, I'm a doorway out of the Trump vote, and if I get into a fight, I'll just provoke the legal defense mechanism. So disagree with the people in your right to support Trump, but don't put them out in your lives.
Thank you so much. Anyone else? Hi, one more.
Anyway. Hi. My name's Chris. This is my 10-year-old daughter. We brought her. My son is 13. I pray for our future, our present. I pray for us to not be divided. I pray for nonviolence. I pray for us to
Give me my truck,
go higher.
It's Pleasanton, live Vigil
As Michelle Obama
Vigil's been underway for about
eloquently recently, that we do not make snap judgments towards anyone. The arc of injustice, as Martin Luther King said, will correct itself, and we are in a temporary, crazy place. I mean, really, no one knows what we can do. The economists don't know. The political people don't know. I'm 63. Young kids grew up in Berkeley, grew up in Oakland. I hope we must raise that hope. We must
solidarity and resistance. This vigil is organized by the group Indivisible Tribality. They say the goal is to, quote, demand accountability for state violence.
At this point, you should have it's a darkness.
I do.
This will pass, but it is
Sorry.
it needs to be addressed, and we're addressing it, and the light in the darkness and the lights that are here show that people care, and I do agree that we need to bring the young people into this, and all people, and we live in a bubble. We are all together. And every light that punches the darkness, like the candles that are around us and surround us as our sun sets, there will be a new tomorrow. And there will be a reckoning, and justice will prevail for us. And our children will inherit what we're doing as we have inherited those that have come before us that have stood out and spoken up, and silent voices and presence will show those that take our flag and with the disdain, those that take our gods with disdain, and take people's lives, and take children, and take justice, and twist it, they will not prevail in the long run. They will not.
Amen.
Okay? Thank you for showing up. And take love. Take love. Take love. Okay?
The message of love and hope. Thank you. Take love. Is there anyone else who would like to speak? Okay, I'd like to invite Art back up to lead us in song.
Thank you. This is for Renee and everyone's name that's been read tonight, and for all those that are here with us in spirit, because we know if we do stay together as we're indivisible, we know we shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in our hearts, we do believe we shall overcome someday. Take a hand. We walk hand in hand. We walk hand in hand. We walk hand in hand today. Oh, deep in our hearts, we shall name, and we shall overcome someday. Again. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in our hearts, we do believe that we shall overcome one day. We are not afraid. We are not afraid. We are not afraid today. Oh, deep in our hearts, we do believe that we shall overcome someday. We believe we shall overcome. We have to overcome today. All of you beautiful people, indivisible, wonderful. We have overcome. Let's stay together. Let's continue. Amen.
Thank you, Art, and thank you to everyone here. Bless you, and may we go forward with peace and other great stuff.
Talk to each other. Talk to each other. Yeah.
A little sus. Yes. Where'd you park? Cross paths. Good.